There are over 1.5 million visits to museums in Cornwall every year. These museums, often run by passionate volunteers, are at the heart of many of our communities, preserving their unique heritage and culture for the future. In recent years, difficult decisions have been made in every area of public spending. While government funding nationally for museums has been broadly flat, the changing pattern of this funding has presented new and difficult challenges for museums. However, by altering their operating models, we have also seen that many museums have actually increased their overall resilience. The Catalyst programme, delivered by Cornwall Museums Partnership with support from the Heritage Lottery Fund, sets out to give museums the skills and confidence to thrive in these challenging times, embedding the skills that promote financial sustainability and resilience so that Cornwall's heritage has a bright future. Cornwall Museums Partnership has been working in collaboration with a number of museums, giving them the opportunity to develop innovative ways of working and supporting them to try new approaches to fundraising and income generation. This has helped to create a more confident and imaginative approach to fundraising at Helston Museum, as Annette McTavish, the museum's director, explains.
Catalyst has supported Helston Museum to be more agile and try new things in a number of ways. It's all sort of built on each other. I've had a fantastic mentor throughout the project, and that's been really useful to have just that help and that distance to give me a bit of space to think. And through that, we've also had help from the project manager, and it's just been great to call up and ask questions that we've got, so we're not having to wait. And then we've been really lucky, and that Catalyst provided a long programme of training that we were all able to take advantage of. We've had volunteers attend, we've had trustees, we've had members of staff, and through that we've picked up loads of brilliant tips and pieces of advice that we've actually come back and just acted on. So we've actually made some significant changes. We've opened up a window within the shop, we've moved things around, and that's actually had an impact on our turnover. We also came back from our social media training and did some Facebook Live postings, and that was really great because it involved all our volunteers, and we've been able to highlight some of the work we've done behind the scenes, and that in a sense has attracted new volunteers.
The biggest change that I've made in my role is learning that I can use my existing skill set to reposition challenges into an area where I feel comfortable. So for me, that's things like design, photography and writing copy. After attending the courses, I realised that I could use these skills to actually create materials for things like fundraising.
Through the project, the biggest challenge really for us has been changing our ideas about how you create a fundraising strategy. I think before we began the project, I think we thought we could write a fundraising strategy and just go off and fundraise. But what we've realised is that it's much more of an organic process. Actually, we've kind of taken on board all the ideas from all those great people we've met, from our mentors, from the support from the other museums, from the trainers, and we've really been much more experimental. Although it's been a challenge and we've had to change the way we've thought about developing a fundraising strategy, I think it's been highly beneficial. The main things we've learned is have fun. Don't look at fundraising as a burden, to really look at how you can embed fundraising and what you actually want to do. And I think that's been quite a shift for us, thinking rather than chasing funding, we're actually making fundraising and generating sources of income just who we are. That is how we operate, and it's been something that now is a part of everybody's role. And it's very much thinking who we are, where we're going, and really trying to, as much as possible, be brave, test things, reduce our risk, and generate more funds and more sources of income. It's just changed fundamentally who we are across the board. I think our trustees think differently, I think our volunteers think differently, I know I think differently, and the rest of the team think differently, and I think we couldn't have asked for any more. It's been transformative. Look wider than your own world. There's lots of people doing lots of clever things and having fun with them. So I think don't just look to other museums for ideas. A turning moment for us in one of the Catalyst training when I presented the room, should we wait or just act? And the resounding voice from all those participants in the room was, what are you waiting for? just go and do something. And I think that's it. Act, look elsewhere, and go.